Yeah, I think, thank you very much, Bandhu. I think these gentlemen need no introduction. You, Mr. Nazir, you know, Mr. Ghani, you know, Adam, and Daniel, and Safaro, you, the GM of Conrad. Yeah, I think this is not something that was chosen to do, Bandhu. It happened like that, you know. So we are very proud to make this announcement, which will be done by Daniel later on. One regret we have today is that the architect of this whole project, Mr. Salim, our partner, was not able to be here. He's not in the country. So please give him a big applause for being the architect of this project. Yeah, as you know, Crown has been taking many initiatives. They were the first company to bring an international hotel chain into the country. They were building the first underwater restaurant. And now we have the undersea villa, MURAKA, that's going to be coming up. I don't know when these guys will stop. Yeah, so I will not talk more. I will ask Daniel to really show you and introduce you the project.
Thank you, Afif. Well, ladies and gentlemen, great to be on stage again, and alluding to the sneak peek that I presented prior to lunch, it provides me with great pleasure, and I'm extremely proud to officially launch today, or unveil, the MURAKA, for what we believe is the first undersea residence anywhere in the world. Now, before I say a few words and talk about the actual facility, the product, I'd like to take this opportunity to play a brief video that we've put together, which really highlights the inspiration of the MURAKA. As Afif mentioned, unfortunately Salim can't be here with us today, one of the directors of Crown and also the lead architect in the project, but it is an amazing story. So with this, I'd like to play a brief video to start off proceedings. Thank you.
My name is Ahmad Salim. I'm an architect by profession.
Mike Murphy, I'm the chief engineer for this project, the undersea villa.
My name is Yuji Yamazaki. I'm a Japanese architect. My role in this project is to design interior.
In 2004, we decided to create the world's very first underwater restaurant, and we have become very famous. So from there, we did a lot of research, and we thought, okay, now is the time we have to have an undersea villa.
After about 12, 13 years, or however long Ether's been down since then, he's come back with this much more exciting project. It's one of those particular jobs you only get once in a lifetime.
So we had to build a lot of technologies into this to make sure that they are 100% safe all the time that they're sleeping under the water.
Other people have done sort of simpler underwater structures. This particular size and scope of project is probably the largest we would go. It's around about 600 tonnes, whereas this one's much more challenging. It's got plumbing downstairs and it's got a lift, which we never had before. So all these things had to be incorporated into the structure. Always got to consider things that might go wrong, particularly on a complex project like this at the time of sinking, because that's the most critical time.
So you lose a bit of sleep, you think about it, you wake up, say, okay, don't be nervous, everything is in place and it's going to go well.
After the ship moors alongside, it's got two big cranes on it, and then the crane can lift the whole entire thing into the water.
Everyone is happy, the engineers are happy, everything is done very well. So we're all relieved and very, very extremely happy. Almost want to jump up and down.
You're still missing, 50% of Maldives. There's a whole another half of life under the surface of the water. Try to avoid design, something that takes away from the view outside. So we kept interior design minimum, and I want them to kind of feel the solitude, the quietness. They're going to be the only ones in the world who are sleeping with a view of the ocean.
Our motivation is to do something different and something great that we as partners can be very proud of. Because we have done something that everyone has been talking about, and up to now no one has succeeded. So the impact of this all around the world will be just amazing. We have created something for Conrad Maldives, but more than that, we have also created something for the whole of Maldives.
Fantastic. Thank you. Now, with that, once again, we're extremely proud to be launching or unveiling the MURAKA today here at the GM Hotelier Conference at Hotel Kurumba. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an actual photo of the undersea residence. That is the living area. And as Salim highlighted throughout the presentation, this is all about that pioneering vision of Crown Company, the innovation and inspiration of Conrad as a brand. And the undersea residence really takes that to the forefront and really breaking new grounds in staying in a hotel. We firmly believe and we know that this is the first time that guests will truly be able to stay and sleep under the sea in a fully submersive experience. Now, Conrad Maldives Rengali is all about celebrating the Maldives. The island expresses the Maldivian culture, and as I presented earlier today, the hotel is renowned for a number of firsts throughout its 20-plus years of operation. Now, MURAKA, as I'm sure you all know, let me just touch back. There's a bit of a delay. Am I going back? There we go. MURAKA, meaning coral in the local language, epitomizes how the residence lives and thrives among the natural landscape. Crown Company is always looking to embark on groundbreaking projects, and the idea of creating the MURAKA was actually forged 13 years back with the launch of Itha, the first of its kind undersea restaurant. As the video highlighted, this groundbreaking innovation has been brought to life by Crown Company, but also one of the directors and its lead architect, Salim, who Afif alluded to earlier today, can't be here with us today. A new ocean view. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, we believe that the MURAKA is the first of its kind undersea residence that has been submerged anywhere in the world. The undersea villa is scheduled to open in November this year, and the total investment in the whole project is over in excess of $15 million US. A substantial investment, to say the least. We believe, like Itha 13 years ago, the MURAKA will revolutionize the Maldives experience for travelers who want to truly immerse themselves with the natural wonders of the Indian Ocean. Crown and Hilton believe, with an abundance of five-star resorts being in the Maldives, the timing of the launch of the MURAKA for Crown and for Hilton to bring the residents to the forefront as a driver of breakthrough innovation is extremely well timed. Now, to talk a little bit about the undersea residence itself, that's a view from the bottom. The residence, the undersea level, will consist of a king bedroom, a living area, and a bathroom. And I've been very lucky enough to spend some time in the undersea villa myself, and I must admit it's a completely surreal experience. Now, I know we've all been to the undersea restaurants, the undersea nightclub, but when you're standing in the MURAKA and you're towards the living area, towards the end of the undersea room, you're basically standing there, and it's like you're in a scene from a virtual reality graphic illustration. The 180-degree panoramic views, and your first impression when you're standing there is, wow. You know, this is not a square aquarium view. It's 180 degrees panoramic integrated view and it is a completely mind-blowing experience. Supporting Crown Company's vision, as the video articulated, the MURAKA, like ITHA, was realised by Mike Murphy, a leading engineer at MJ Murphy Limited, with over 30 plus years in leading aquarium technology. Meanwhile, the interior design was developed in partnership with Salim and the Crown Board by Yuji Yamazaki. And in Yuji words, the interiors have been designed to a minimum to evoke a sense of solitude and quietness that you are the only one sleeping in the ocean. The MURAKA is a 2-level residence comprising of the undersea residence bedroom and also an upper deck. The undersea bedroom floor, which you can see here in the illustration, sits 16.5 feet below sea level. That is the actual undersea floor. And, and is ascended with a curved acrylic dome offering unobstructed 180-degree panoramic views of the coral and the marine life. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that view. It is completely amazing. The bathroom, funny, Afif and I were having a conversation this morning. When you walk into the bathroom, picture having a shower looking straight at the coral, the schools of fish, the manta, the sharks. It is incredible. I mean, this picture does not serve it justice. It is such a surreal experience. At every turn, we feel that the MURAKA offers guests views of the ocean, including the bathroom, which features floor-to-ceiling glass with views of the coral gardens surrounding the villa. And that's an actual image that was taken at the MURAKA just recently. Now, transitioning to the upper level, the undersea residence itself, the bedroom, is over 100 square meters in size. The above sea villa area building is 550 square meters. The pool in the alfresco deck is over 135 square meters. The view from above. This is an image from an artist's rendering of the relaxation deck. As you can see, the MURAKA's upper level features a relaxation deck that faces the direction of the sunrise and is complete with an affinity swimming pool and facilities for alfresco dining. A twin-sized bedroom, bathroom, powder room, gymnasium, butler's quarters, private security quarters that are on site 24/7, a bar and dining area that leads to the deck will face the direction of the sunset for optimum viewing pleasure. The king bedroom, as I mentioned to you earlier, exquisitely designed by Yuji Yamazaki. And in total, the MURAKA can accommodate up to 9 guests, 6 adults and 3 children. Beyond the sea, the king bedroom bathroom boasts a masterfully appointed ocean-facing bathtub, as the imagery shows you here, ideal for soaking in the views of the endless horizon. Floor-to-ceiling glass allows the room to be beautifully illuminated with natural light, again giving guests the sense that they're connected and immersed with the surrounding environment. As I mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, the MURAKA is scheduled to be launched in 2018. We are now in the testing period. The MURAKA is actually underneath the water. The air conditioning is running. The team are closely monitoring the facility 24 hours a day, and we look forward to welcoming you all to the residence in the near future. And with that, I really appreciate your time, and I would like to open it up to the floor for any questions that you might have in regards to the MURAKA. Thank you very much. Yes.
Where can we collect coupons for the free stay?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, no, GST, exactly. No, I think we actually physically launched the undersea residence last night in the US and the UK. The initial amount of interest has been completely overwhelming. As of this morning, we're launching the undersea residence throughout Russia, China, and the rest of Asia Pacific. And so far, the interest has been extremely humbling. We're very proud of the response so far. Well, that's yet to be determined. Obviously, we've done a huge amount of research as we've gone through the process of launching the MURAKA. It's fair to say that every experience will be tailored to the individual guest needs. So you won't really see a price tag out there in the public. But obviously, with a $15 million investment and what we believe is a one-of-a-kind of experience anywhere in the world, with the luxury travellers of today looking for that social currency, as I alluded to earlier, we're expecting to generate a suitable return. Yeah, definitely. Correct. Given that you have the undersea component of the residence, the actual infrastructure of the building, we have a 24-hour security surveillance system managing airflow into the undersea villa. We have 24 hours either lifeguard coverage during the daytime, and which will switch into security guard during the evening. And then also you have the personal butlers. The personalization, as I mentioned to earlier, when it comes to pricing, cannot be understated. Because guests looking for this unique experience, that one-of-a-kind feeling, everything is tailored. It's not something that you can put on your website, we believe, and say that, okay, these are the inclusions and this is the price. It's more about providing the guest that once-in-a-lifetime experience, and we think that the MURAKA is well positioned to do that.
Any other questions? I think it's a very rare opportunity to meet all the Crown directors here.
You know,
Jamil, maybe? Jamil from Mihar. Do you have any questions? Afra?
Manu, just while we're stoking interest in the conversation, going back to the launch, and once again, I think the pioneering vision of Crown companies and the number of firsts that we've had over the years with Conrad Maldives, Rungali Island. The launch last night in the US, and I must admit I had quite a late night last night managing the different communication that was coming through the airways from our Hilton Global partners. In a period of 4 hours, there was over 133 million impressions in regards to the launch of the MURAKA. Now that's remarkable. And once again, I think it's initiatives like this that really continues to put the Maldives as a destination at the top of mind for today's luxury traveller. I think I saw a question.
I have a question. Conrad seems to be leading in the way of innovation, and Maldives, which is said is the lab of innovation for the tourism industry. You started off with the restaurant and now the villa. What next?
It's a secret. We can't tell you, you know. Wait until Salim comes.
Yeah. No, listen, I think we have enough excitement today. We mentioned earlier that we're not ones to look in the rear-view mirror, and we think that the MURAKA is really going to put not only the Conrad Maldives on the map and at the forefront of people's minds, but also the Maldives as a luxury destination. Thank you.